Let's go with our April reading. So, welcome to April. Welcome to April. We're coming off of this beautiful April 11th date that is meant to be the luckiest day of the year in terms of manifestation. And last night on April 11th, I held a beautiful gathering. It was absolutely powerful. And I pulled a card for each person present and gave them each a word that they could be focusing on, this month. And so here I am providing you those words, those cards, the oracle reading with a reflection. And so that's what we're getting into. I pray you are well. I pray that that you are healthy, that you are happy. For those of you who don't know me, and maybe you're coming across this video for the first time, I am Alicia Santos, lasantera. I am a priestess. I am a writer. I am a mother, and I am a guide, just a spiritual mentor, coach, person who just wants to leave beautiful things in the world that serve my community. And so I pray that you receive these messages with the power, love, and intention intended. I pulled these cards on a Tuesday night. Tuesday is the day to honor Ogun. I did a beautiful candle ritual. That candle is burning lovely. The glass is clear and clean and crisp. And let's go. Let's get into this reading. I pulled cards from the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. And so let's start. How I'd like for you to look at this reading is maybe you pick the card that can guide you on any specific day. So there are 18 cards that I'm going to be reading. There are 18. So if you were to pick one of the words to be the thing that you meditate on, right? Pick the word. Like, for example, the first card is communication. And so maybe that's the area of your life where you're being called to really lean in, right? To really focus on and work on. So I want you to take good notes, and I want you to share with those you love, and repost and subscribe and all of those good things. So let's go. The first word is communication. And let me show you the card. The number is 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 is the number of this card. Maferefun Oshun, that is her number. Communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. We are being reminded to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. Communication is all about perception, right? And for many of us, we haven't learned how to exercise and honor our throat chakra. So this message around communication is an invitation to use our voice to communicate clearly, but not just communicate clearly, to listen carefully, to listen as much as we speak. Perhaps it's speaking less and listening more for some of us. There's communication that comes to us in frequencies and with language, visually, and so we are being cautioned, right, to use a balance exchange. Aside from that, what is it that needs to be said on a real basic surface level? What is it that needs to be said? I'm sure many of you believe that you are just an excellent communicator. But the truth is that if at any point you have found yourself holding back from saying something to someone who has perhaps offended you, then maybe that's an invitation to see, am I really communicating clearly? Am I really communicating honestly, right? This is also about thoughtfulness too, right? Communicating from a place of thoughtfulness. Like maybe we are being invited to be mindful about the things that we say and how we say it. You know, sure, there are people who don't care about their delivery. This is a message, though, that we're being called to receive communication in many forms. And I would invite you to think about how you would want to receive a message. How would you want something communicated to you? If you were someone who's bossy, pushy, controlling, and you want things done your way, you can't get offended when other people want it the same way. When they communicate in the same way that you're dishing it out. You feel me? And so, yeah. That's our reflection. Let's think about what are the things that are happening right now in our lives that are making us happy? What's making us sad? Are we communicating clearly with the universe? If our words have power and if our thoughts have power, then what are the words and the thoughts we are saying, speaking, and thinking that have manifested the life we are living? Something to think about, right? The next word is compassion. Compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. The word compassion derives from the Latin word com, meaning with or together, and pati, meaning to suffer. So compassion can be described as the act of sharing in or being with another's struggle or suffering. This invitation to move in the world with a little more compassion is an invitation for us to be a little less selfish. When you practice compassion for others and compassion for self, you are sitting with something. Compassion says, you feel me, you really feel me, you see me, right? You are connected to me. Compassion is a beautiful expression of love. As I was reading the definition of compassion, what I was feeling was love. Like, to me, it is the ultimate expression of love, or one of the ultimate expressions of love. There are many expressions of love, but compassion is how we love community, how we love others, how we see others suffering, and maybe we're not going through the exact same thing that person is going through, but with compassion, you can be there for someone without judgment, without criticism, You are a conduit of, you are love. If God loves me, flaws and all, the creator, source, force, spirit, then how can I not love you, flaws and all, right? Compassion allows us to do that. And so compassion is about awareness. Compassion is not self-centered. Compassion is not ego-driven. So as you play it back and you're listening to the words that I'm saying, we are being called to check in with ourselves. Are we showing it compassion for those that are in our lives, for those that we love, for those that we know, for those that we don't know? Are we showing compassion? Do we see people for who they are, and do we appreciate them for what they bring? Our next card. Alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. I love this card for us. I love this card for us this month. Alchemy. I know that many of you don't even know where to begin. The word alchemy is completely foreign. You don't understand the mysticism behind alchemy, the science that is alchemy, the magic and mystery, the secrets that are alchemy. And I think that for many of you, the reason why you might be struggling with alchemy or really owning that you are the alchemist in your life is because you haven't been listening. If alchemy is this magical ability and remembrance of the magic, then alchemy is ancient. And alchemy is something that cannot be taught. It can be taught, but it really isn't taught because it's innate. You were born with it. It's the blood running through your veins, right? And so how can you connect more to this ancestral wisdom? How can you practice alchemy in your everyday life? When will you believe that you have access to all of the wisdom, all of this medicine that your ancestors have been trying to teach you your entire life? Many of you are waking up to it now. Many of you are still asleep. But alchemy is forever present, you know? Alchemy is ability to turn metal to gold, right? I love The Alchemist. If you haven't read the book The Alchemist, read The Alchemist. So alchemy is an ancient mystical practice that we are called to utilize in what we call manifestation. Manifestation has become this fucking catchphrase. Like everybody's holding a manifestation workshop. Everything is a manifestation ritual. I believe firmly in those things. But I also know that alchemy resides inside of me, that the magic is me. I have gifts. I have tools. Absolutely. But I am the alchemist. And alchemy is the way I live, the way I teach, the way I speak. You feel me? And so, do you know that you are magic? And do you know that your ancestors and your spirit guides have been asking you, and they are asking you through me, to practice your magic often? When you know you are the alchemist, then you understand that you're the one who can transform your life. If you are sitting home right now, watching this, feeling like you don't know where to begin, You don't know where to turn to. You don't know what to do. You're feeling down. You're feeling depressed. You are the alchemist. You are magical. And Spirit wants to show you how to use that magic. And so the invitation is how can you get close to Spirit? Communicate. Just begin where you are. Creator, I don't know how to access my magic. Show me. Reveal to me in my sleep the power that resides inside of me. Our words are spells, fam. The next card. Oh, I also didn't give you your numbers. So for compassion, that number was 15. 5 plus 1 is 6. Chango. Alchemy's number is 8. Batala. And our next card, our next message is authority. Number 10 or 1. The infinite. Olofi. Olorum. Olodumare. The creator themselves. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. The word authority has been mostly used to describe the powers to rule, to govern, to lead, to direct, to control, and to protect. It has also been closely associated with the powers that dominate, suppress, enforce, demand, scare us. Authority is about power. I love that alchemy and authority are so close together in the reading. Do you know how much power you possess? Do you know how powerful you are? Do you know how powerful your thoughts are? Do you know how powerful your dreams are? Do you know how powerful your words, your actions, your feelings, your fears, your beliefs are? When you move as the authority, you are governing your entire life. You are governing yourself. That's the power of authority. I am the authority on all things that I know. I say that a lot. And you can take it jokingly, but when I say I have no competition, and I say I know what I know, it's fact. It comes off a little arrogant, but it's fact. I know what I know. Why do I know what I know? Because I have spent countless hours studying and learning and immersing myself with the things that I know, surrounding my things. And so I can say I am an authority on holding spiritual space, holding sacred space, making people feel comfortable, curating an event, writing, teaching writing. I'm an authority. I am a go-to. You are an authority. And this message of authority is asking you, is reminding you. So it's not asking you, it is reminding you to know this to be true, to be an absolute truth. And it's asking you to realize your potential, to not live in this place of, in this in-between place of, I want to do it, I don't know how to do it. No, you are the motherfucking authority. And when you know that you are the authority, you are unstoppable. Maybe it'll succeed, maybe it won't. It doesn't change the fact that you are an authority. I don't know what book I was reading or what spiritual text I was reading, but one of the things that I know to be true, they can't take away what you've learned. They can't take away what you've earned. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm feeling jazz coming out right now. They can't take that away from me. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea. The memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never ever meet again on that bumpy road to love. Still I always, always keep the memory of word. Our next card is prosperity. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. The message here is very simple. I am prosperous. Say it with me. I am prosperous. I lack nothing. I lack nothing. I lack nothing. Everything has prepared me for this moment. I am safe. I am loved. I am provided for. Period. It's time for you to redefine what your ideas of prosperity are. When I look around my house and I look at the material things, I have a lot of beautiful things. I think my most priceless things are my books, my santos, my bóveda, and my crystals. I don't have fine jewelry, but anything that's connected to my spiritual life and connected to my gift are the things that I consider that make me prosperous, that make me rich. They make me rich. Do you feel prosperous? How are you prosperous? What areas would you like to be more prosperous? Write down everything and everyone that enriches your life and notice how long your list really is. Crown chakra. Oh, the number for prosperity is 36. So 3 for Elegua, Ochosi, Ogun, Chango. Crown chakra is number 7, Maferifunya Maya. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Oh, espérate. Hang on. We back. The crown chakra. The crown chakra is known as the 7th chakra, right? And it's what would be considered our ori. It is our direct connection with the Creator themselves. It is our connection with the universe. Many of you are being called to begin to get moving in alignment, doing chakra work, learning what the chakras are and how that can be incorporated into your spiritual practice in life. Aligned chakras allows you to feel unblocked. And so the crown chakra, we talked about in the communication message, we talked about our thoughts being powerful, right? And so A crown that is blocked is cloudy, is fuzzy. You know, you're not clear, you're not sure what direction to move in. And so here, when you are in alignment, when your crown chakra, and there are specific crystals that you can work with, amethyst being one of them, you can begin using prayer and meditations and mudras and mantras to help be in alignment and communicate with the universe about the things that you say that you want. Yes? We can spend an entire, this could be an entire reading on the crown chakra, but I just want to give you sort of a general understanding of the importance of clearing out anything, any energy that has been feeling stagnant. And you know what that is. Yes? Passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within intensity and moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. What are you passionate about? Do you love what you do on a daily basis? Are you happy? Are you passionate? What are you passionate about? What are your passions? What are your gifts? Are your heart and soul engaged? How can you bring more passion into your life? How can you make sure that you don't miss the treasure of insights that lie beneath it? Maybe it's time for you to really meditate on what your passions are. Maybe you're just learning. Maybe you're in and out of jobs and you keep switching, and keep asking, keep inquiring. The number of that card is 34, 7, Maferefunya Maya. I keep saying Orisha's name. For those of you who want to deepen your practice, you can use that word, that number of that card, the Orisha that I've mentioned, and do some deeper prayer work with that Orisha. 24. Earth. 4 + 2, 6, Maferefun Chango. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. The Earth message, and even when I'm divining using the tarot, and there are cards that related to like Earth energy or signs that are Earth signs, the message is about being grounded, going outside, working in nature, putting your hands in the earth, right? Physically getting outside, physically grounding. How are you connecting to and working with the earth? There is something that the earth wants to reveal to you. This message feels very much a direct message to earth signs, like for earth signs, or those of you who have, earth signs in your chart. Go outside, touch trees, plant, grow something. This is about deeply connecting, deeply anchoring yourself. There's something that you're missing. There's something that you're not seeing. And so Spirit is telling you, get outside, that what you're looking for isn't where you've been. Our next card is the solar plexus chakra. Number 3, this is the 3rd chakra. Maferefun, Ogun, Maferefun, Elegua. The frequency of the solar plexus, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Our solar plexus is also connected to our gut health, right? Hola. Do you know what you're here to do? Do you believe in yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you love what you're doing? Do you know what your calling is? Have you answered the call? Do you feel satisfied, right? Your solar plexus has a lot to tell you, has a lot to tell us and teach us, right? When we're feeling anxiety or upset, you know, it's because something is not in alignment, you know. There's something that we feel is out of tune, right? And so this is a message for those of you who know chakra work. Let's work with some solar plexus crystals. Let's unblock that solar plexus energy. We can do that through meditation. We can do that with solar plexus mudras that I am going to be sharing on my YouTube channel, so that you can learn what mudras are and how to work with the chakras. If you're feeling dissatisfied, now is the time to understand why and make significant changes. Our next card is dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origins and frequencies. It helps put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Dynamic. Have you ever heard that expression? Have you ever heard someone being called dynamic? So-and-so is dynamic. They are dynamic, they are confident, they are vibrant, right? Dynamic it feels in harmony with everything. Someone who is full, someone who is dynamic, just lights up every room. They have something to offer. They have something to say. They are great conversationalists. They are who you want at a dinner party. They make you look good. They make you feel good. They smell amazing. Dynamic. Now is your time to stand out. Now is your time to show what you're really made of. You know, we outside. We keep hearing that. We outside. Yes, let's be outside. Let's shake hands. Let's network. If you're uncomfortable networking, if you're uncomfortable tooting your own horn and talking about how great you are and the people that you know and the gifts that you possess, now is the time to be dynamic. Because that experience where you're being called to show your dynamicness or move with this dynamic energy is going to be a place that brings you incredible opportunities. If you let it. Don't be afraid of being badass. Our next card is Makaraba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to Akashic records, Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. The word Merkaba, loosely translated, is the chariot. The human light body, the energy field, all humans that is generated by the quantum parts of our DNA. This field is quantum as well. It is in this field that we communicate with our consciousness and where our Akashic records are stored. This is an activation. I personally do not know a lot about Akashic records. I've never had my Akashic records pulled or studied. And I think that that would be a really wonderful and interesting experience. But what I will say is that if you are receiving this message, there are deeper messages that are trying to make their way to you, things that are in your unconscious, subconscious, that you are not allowed to come to the surface, that you have not accepted about you, and perhaps this will give you some insight into what your higher purpose is. Like, if I were to see someone who can pull my Akashic records, I know that I'm very much in alignment with what those records would show. While I have not had my Akashic records pulled by someone who is a master in that area of spiritual study, I have spiritual connection that has given me messages in other ways, whether that's through divination, cowrie, the oracle cards, tarot cards, or people who are gifted mediums who have always guided me on my journey in the ways that my ancestors speak to me while I'm awake, while I'm sleeping. And so the Merkaba message is telling you to get beneath some layers, like to rise above some layers, to go underneath so that you can learn some things that you can bring to the surface about yourself, because you have been playing it too fucking safe. Ito, mijo. Ito. You know how I know you don't own that truck? Because the way you're treating it, like it's... Good Lord. Look at you. Mind my business. Mind your business. Seguimos. The next card, the next oracle card is... romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. Love is probably the most sought after, mysterious, indeterminate, and fulfilling feeling that a human can experience. You deserve to be loved. You are worthy of love. You are loved. For those of you who are looking for a romantic partnership, right? An intimate lover, this is a confirmation. Dios mío, hay prueba en este mundo. Ay, sí, déjalo y vete, mi hijo. Déjalo. This is a confirmation that love is on its way. And I know that many of us have been wanting this confirmation. This is a confirmation. The number is 39. Here's the thing about romantic love. For those of you who are just waiting for this magical person to just drop in and save the day or save your life, some knight or nitrous in shining armor. The truth is that if love hasn't shown up for you, then the question remains, how have you been preparing for the love that you say you want? Do you possess the qualities Do you possess the qualities that you say you seek in a lover, in a romantic partnership? Because that's also the question that the spirit world is asking. Let's go inside ourselves. Let's contemplate on how we define love, how we see love, and what we expect our lovers to be and do in our lives. What did you learn about yourself in the relationships and the love partnerships that failed? What are you ready to do differently? Which parts of yourself do you love? Do you love yourself? Which parts have been a little bit harder on you to love? Because even those parts, the parts that we don't like about ourselves, require some love. Seguimos. Back to the chakras with the throat chakra. 5. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Say what needs to be said. Say it with love. Say it with honesty. Say it with humility. Say it with respect, respectfully, right? Say it the way you would want to receive it. Sometimes it is raw. Sometimes the truth does hurt. But here you are being called to be authentic and to be honest. Period. It might hurt. It might hurt. The truth sometimes, it doesn't matter how soft you sugar it. How much honey you put on your tongue before you say it. Don't allow anything to hold you back. Don't bite your tongue. That's venom, poison that we put in our body when we don't express the things that are on our heart or in our bodies. Get it out. Don't allow anything to hold you back. Unblock your throat chakra. Ask for the raise. Ask for what you need. Don't expect people to just read your mind. Don't expect people to be psychic. Not everybody's a psychic. And even those who are psychics don't know everything about everything at every given moment. It's energy, right? Remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Do you remember the time? I love this card for us. You are being called to remember something. You are being called to act. This is giving third eye chakra energy. You are being called to see something, to remember something. There is something that a tool. Have you ever watched a movie like a second, third, fourth time, and in watching it the second, third, and fourth time, you find a detail that you missed the first time, or a line that you missed the first time that would have helped you solve a thing that you were like, shit, I missed that. I didn't catch that. Whoa, now this makes more sense. This is what they want us to do in our lives. They want us, our spirit guides, our ancestors want us to remember that our medicine resides in our body, that ancient wisdom resides in our bodies, in our minds, and they are the tools that will save us. I'm going to leave it there because we can go deep with this remembrance card, and that might be a live I do. I'm going to put it to the side. Our next card is number 9. The word is allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Allowance is giving permission. Allowance is giving energy of surrender. I am not resisting. Allowance is giving trust. I trust the ways I am being stretched. I trust the ways I am being expanded. I trust my ascension. I trust my gifts. I trust my blessings. I trust my purpose. I trust the things that I'm passionate about. I trust my very existence. I trust myself. And I trust God. Right? Allowance is saying, I am at every moment co-creating with the universe. The universe is my partner. And I am not afraid to give it up to the universe and to allow the universe to have it, to handle it, to take care of it. Because I know that I'm not alone and I don't need to do it alone. Come on. For the heart chakra. This green flower supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. The heart is one of the most important organs in our body. The heart, our brain. We have been so cruel to ourselves in this lifetime and past lifetimes. We have not loved ourselves in the ways that Spirit loves us. And so this invitation is, how can you unblock? How can you release all of the hurt you've been carrying in your heart, the heartbreak, the heartache, the betrayals, the disappointment? Because the heart chakra and an open, unblocked heart chakra is a deep place of loving. And so as you work with the heart chakra and you put your hands on your heart and you practice mudras, you are thanking your heart for beating, for giving you breath, for loving you, for holding you. The heart chakra is, this message is an invitation to truly love ourselves. And if you're struggling in that area, it's an invitation to do that work on how to begin loving you, flaws and all. Empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we all are connected through the same source. If I am made in the likeness of my Creator, there is nothing that I can't create. That's empowerment. My ability to put an invitation out and people show up, that's empowerment. Knowing that I'm connected to a source that can make beautiful things made manifest, created the earth, the planet, people, humans, animals. Like, empowerment is a reminder that we are always held and guided. We are always held, we are always guided, and we are so capable and we are so talented. And so I remember having an interviewing a historian for an essay that I wrote many years ago. And she says, you don't empower anyone. You give people the tools to empower themselves. I'll always remember that. God gave me the tools to empower myself. Say that. I have been given the tools to empower myself. I have been anointed with gifts that will empower, save, and heal myself. And this last card I pulled for me, but I am sharing with you. Oh, and that the number on that card is 8. Maferifuno Batala on the empowerment card. The last card is fertility. It invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, more joyful than we ever were, activating our potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. What are you ready to give birth to? When I saw this card this morning, I said, oh, I've got to pull a card for me in the community reading. I am ready to give birth to my ministry. I'm ready to give birth to my books. I'm ready to give birth to the relaunch of my business. I'm ready to be more creative, more joyful, more love, more sharing, more, the most beautiful version and expression of myself. I am giving birth to myself. How about you? What are you giving birth to? Family, that is your reading. That is your April reading. I pray that you receive the messages as an affirmation and an invitation to select the words that really resonate, that you feel like, if I journaled about these, if I picked a word and journaled every day and answered the questions that Spirit asked during this reading, I'll have some of the answers to the questions that have been plaguing me. And family, my calendar is open for readings. Get on my calendar. I would love to have a one-on-one with you so that we could, get unblocked, get clear about what it is that you say you want in your life. Family, I love you. Ashe, Amen, Namaste, and so it is. Peace.